From Decepticon turf, you happen to tumble. Look out, robot, cause here comes Rumble!
So you want to rumble with Rumble, eh? Today at the Rabbit's Den, here's a detailed look at Transformers Studio Series Decepticon Rumble. Let's create some fissures. Welcome back everyone to the Rabbit's Den. I'm your host Marco, aka Rabbit. Today we're going to do a quick unboxing review of one of my favorite toy lines growing up, the Transformers. And I have for you Hasbro Transformers Studio Series Decepticon Rumble. Now having him on hand, first impression, man, he's tiny. I mean, I guess it's only fitting because he's supposed to transform into a little cassette tape. But the box, the figure itself, very small. Back in the days, I wouldn't even turn a bat's eye thinking this is part of the main line. I would think it's like part of like those side toys that's made for preschoolers. Like something like this shouldn't even be sold separately. This is technically an accessory. And I mean, at least make it a 2-pack like back in the days, so at least I can get, my money's worth. But I guess it is what it is. What can you do? But for what it is, it does its job. I love the box art on this. That's a perfect rendition of Rumble right in there. We have Transformers, the movie, Decepticon logo, Decepticon Rumble Blue, and we'll go a little bit more about that color, why it's indicated in there. Transformers on the side. Again, box art. Loving it. I don't know, well, I guess Hasbro has this authentic Transformers logo in here. Back, some product shots. Legal stuff. More of a hand-drawn drawing instead of digital drawing of Rumble. Decepticon logo. Core class. Different languages. Bottom, more legal stuff. Barcode. So yeah, that's the box for you. Now let's free him of his prison. Now that I have him out of the box, really surprised the details are still in there regardless of its size. Like looking at him up close. Let it focus there. You can see like all the tiny details that would make him look like, he transformed from a cassette. Like that little red visor on his eyes is very bright. The little Decepticon logo in there. Now the color of Rumble is pretty accurate to the show. He has highlights of blue in his upper arms and upper legs, and his majority purple. And as I mentioned, that red visor in his eyes is pretty signature of him. Now, as far as the colors, there was this whole debate in the Transformers community that he was supposed to be black and red as depicted in the comics. But I guess there was some confusion with the cartoon animators that they confused Frenzy's color, which was the black and red, which is Rumble's twin brother, with Rumble. Hence, that's why on the new box, they specifically indicated the blue here, so there's no more confusion of what color Rumble is, because his twin brother Frenzy should be the red and black. There was even an acronym so people would remember the colors, which I believe was FIRIB, FIRRIB, which stands for Frenzy is red, Rumble is blue, which to me was pretty funny. But I grew up with a cartoon, and Rumble will always be the blue one, which is reflected here. So that's a little fun fact about Rumble's story. Now, as far as articulation, most of it is based on the transforming gimmick on him. So you have the head, that could tilt up and down, again because of transforming. It could go left and right. Arms pretty much do the T-pose. Unfortunately, there's no elbow joint, which is a bummer because on the knee here, it's on the ball joint, and pretty much it could go every which way, which I don't get why there's no ball joint on the elbow. On the wrist, because of the transforming gimmick, it could go inside out. And again, you can pretty much do the splits. Forward kick really high, back all the way back, and some, I guess, toe articulation because of the transforming part. So that's articulation for you for Rumble. Now, as far as accessories, he does come with 2 accessories. First one, he does have a blaster, which was, I don't think it was really, I don't remember being depicted in the cartoon, but it is well known. There's 2 of them. It is well known on the toy line. And this too, you can attach, there's 2 peg holes in the back here. You can attach both of them on his back. Which could look like that. Or there's a peg on the side here where you can attach it as well. So, just like that. Now, he wouldn't be Rumble if he couldn't cause any trouble. And let me tell you, he was a huge problem for the Autobots. He may be small, but his ability to create earthquakes, which his arms transforms into pile drivers, that he could ground and pound the earth causing fissures. Now, here are the pile drivers. Here's one of them. Super, super detailed. But as far as looking in the front, looks pretty good. It has this bright blue, bright purple in it. I mean, I guess the colors are more closely resembled on what was on the cartoon. That's why it's so bright. Now, most people thought and would have loved it if this is moving, that it could go up and down. But what I found out is you can actually pop this out. It just slides in and out there. So if you want it longer, you can just place it on the tip, just like that. So compared to this one, a little different, but it could work. Now the way you put his pile drivers, you take Rumble, put his arms out, turn it on the side like this, where the ball joint is on the back, fold his little hands inside, so it's hidden in there on both sides. And on the pile drivers, there is the square hole in here, and you just slide his arm in there. And you can do that on both. So there you go. Rumble and his pile drivers. Again, very, very tiny. You know, it sucks that there's no elbow joint because that would make him even better as far as articulation. So yeah, so that's Rumble with his pile drivers. I remember in the cartoons, most Autobots and even the Decepticons can't even get close to Rumble because every time they try, he would use his pile drivers to create earthquakes and fissures on the ground, which most of his opponents fall in it, which makes him a very, very worthy adversary for the Autobots and an asset to the Decepticons. But yeah, those are the accessories that he comes with. 2 pile drivers and 2, I guess, laser beams or rockets or jetpack. But yeah, now let's look at his transformation. Now, as far as his transformation, you're pretty much initially put him back to his robot mode. So remove the pile drivers. Remove the little lasers on his back. On his head, turn it around and push it back. So it's hidden back here. His arms rotated up and push the shoulder up like this. So it looks like that. Toes folds up and you turn his legs to the sides like that. And pretty much you go up. And there's this little notch. This little notch right here goes on the little notch on the arms up there. So it locks up just like that. And you do the same thing on the other side. Square it up and turn it around. So that's what he looks like in his cassette mode. Unfortunately, I don't have a sound wave right now, so I can't show you that he fits. He does fit on the current sound wave that's out. I'm not quite sure which one, but I know there is a sound wave out there that he would fit in. But yeah, that's Rumble in his cassette form. Pretty cool. Very reminiscent of the 80s Rumble, and I love it. There you have it, folks, our quick review of Hasbro's Transformers Studio Series, Decepticon Rumble Blue. Overall, I really enjoyed this figure. From its bright blue and purple colors, that's very reminiscent of the old 80s cartoon, to his laser beams on his back, and definitely those amazing pile drivers. Even for its small size, I feel like this is a great update to the old 80s toy line. Everything about it I really enjoy, especially his cassette form, which I hope one day I can get a sound wave so I can put him in there. But how about you guys? Are you guys going to pick up Rumble here? Let me know in the comments section. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and make sure to hit that bell notification to be notified on any future review that I do. Well, in behalf of Rumble here, this is Rabbit, and I'll see you next time on the Rabbit's Den. Peace.